This is Havoc and welcome back to Humankind the Bonny update in the Oceania DLC. In the last episode, we had a lonely island. We've essentially taken over an entire continent, and it's actually slightly humorous. But at the same time, it was a rather lonely episode as it was just me and my own thoughts with little to no interaction from other people. That's changed now as we've met Babylon, and to be quite honest, Babylon looks almost as big, if not bigger, than myself. We've started some trading, we're a little bit in the deficit, it's a little bit of a wonky area. We need to kind of flesh out what we're going to do and our objectives for this episode. But overall, I'm very optimistic on where we're going to be at, mainly because we do have 2 cities established, right? Or have we not? Yes, we have. Okay, and I believe we may have been working on a 3rd. We may do a 3rd down here. I still think it's a pretty wise idea. We have the space for it, but we need to do a bit more exploring to see if I can't get over somewhere and maybe establish life on a new continent that isn't one that is in this area. So we're going to see what's going to go on, but it should be a pretty exciting time overall. Standing army's been researched. We can now upgrade to swordsman, which is great. And as we can see here, we're in 4th place. We do have the most stars though, which is a good heads up. I'm happy and content with that. We just have to kind of keep trudging along and make sure that we are being as efficient and effective as possible. And that includes exploring new areas. We're gonna go and chill right there, nab that discovery over there. And then I've got guys coming out to come and cap this and explore that. We're working on, should we go up that far and see if that works? We do have some salt here, which we are now 2 islands removed, which is going to be a bit difficult in terms of discovering, but it may not be too bad because if we can get this island chain going, there's a new civilization right there. This could already get interesting. Now we're gonna go nab that. That should get us, oh, very cool. What's the wonder? Oh, we can build a wonder, I see. Now, most of these have been taken. The Colosseum is one of the new ones, if I remember correctly. Pyramid of the Sun is from the cultures of Latin, which does really good things. We don't have any farmers' quarters, though. If we'll go over here, I have no farmers' quarters whatsoever, which is probably a detriment to the way I'm doing things. But to be honest, we could probably slap a couple of those dudes and be good there. We do need a wonder, though. So the Colosseum does really good things. It's 5% money per number of ongoing wars. If we were a warmongering people, we might be willing to do the Colosseum. I don't know that I'm going to be warmongering just yet, so it's not something that I really want to push. Now, obviously, the Colossus of Rhodes may be something we really go for because it gives 50% militia units spawned when a city's under siege, 20 stability, 15 industry per adjacent harbor, and it gives us combat strength on militia. So that's a pretty solid thing overall. Now we do, I thought I built these adjacent to each other. No, I was going to, but I decided not to. That's a goofball mistake on my part. What we could do is we could build our coffins, assuming we still can. Oh no, we built it over there already. So it's a little bit out of the question over here. I could do it right there, and in which case I could build the Colossus right here and get 30 industry attached, which I think might be a wise thing to do. That 30 industry is going to help us for a good long time. Now what we could do also is get the statue of Zeus, the mausoleum, 2 influence per adjacent district. I just don't know that that's going to be super efficient for us. And then 2 science per district on a city or an outpost. It's the lighthouse at Alexandria that I really wanted, though. That's what I really needed. So the Colossus at Rhodes is nice. Don't get me wrong. Militia are not lost over time during sieges. I think this is going to be our best bet. We're going to claim this wonder. We are going to drop. Ooh. That's still, let's see, that's going to get us more than if we put it over here. I'm hoping that this is correct. So if we were to go here and drop the lighthouse here, we would get 15 per adjacent, but it should have counted this one. Is it because it's in a different territory? Because if that's the case, I should have not put that there. It may have been a waste. That's okay. We're not in the mode to work on that just at the moment. So it's not going to kill me that we aren't getting to it. I just need to work on expanding and exploring and figuring out our next moves. Because we may even... Oh, no, we wouldn't be able to get a foothold here. We got to figure out where we're going to go and what we're going to do. All right. We may meet 2 new civilizations, 3 new civilizations if I come over here.
The Phoenicians are famed for their good ships and smart traders. Best to watch your coastlines and your coffers.
Yeah, for sure, but
life is wonderful, isn't
it
it?
is. Like I would agree.
Presence brings me joy, truly.
Now I am making some good money here. Now it depends on what I really want. License cost per access. Interesting. But that gets me a great deal of industry going. I'm trying to figure out what my next best moves would be. Gemstone, that doesn't really work, so I don't have any markets quarters. I don't really want to spend money there, but we do have a number of traders. We only have 2 over there, we have 1 there, so it's not really worthwhile. That's okay. We're losing a little bit of money, but it establishes some good relations, so I'm not too terribly spent about it. You guys, we're just going to hang here for a turn and get you back across the pond safely. Now, there are some resources that I could invest in. I would get 100 money there. It doesn't matter. I don't know that it does matter. But what I do see here is that they might be trying to come and get this. So we're going to hang out here. I need to nab the salt no matter what, because that is very crucial for myself. That salt will be very helpful.
You look
what do we got?
Haircut?
Nope, no haircut for me. That's fine. We don't need to worry about it. I do want to meet these 2 civilizations down here. I think I can get away with being in here and like, oh, I did not know you were here. Because we haven't technically, quote unquote, discovered them yet.
Where fancy dinners come with a side of diplomatic intrigue.
Perfect. I'm not going to complain about that. We now have mounted warfare. As the Carthaginians, this is going to give us our war elephant, which is going to be really nice. Allows us to parade, giving us experience on the units. All good things, all good things. I need to be able to see who is here, and I still can't establish that.
Generous. A very generous proposal.
Fascinating. And yet...
I don't know that I can trust these people. Let's see. They're open and trusting, so maybe I can trust them. We'll go ahead and go with scientific correspondence, but I feel like they're going to get the better end of that deal. They're still in the ancient era as well. I'm going to refuse because I feel like I'm more technologically advanced than they are. These guys, I don't know that I can trust. I don't know that I can trust them at all. So we're not going to worry about them. Can we venture out here? Oh, well, hey, looky there. That's a gorgeous lagoon. I love that. Absolutely gorgeous. Cool. We are going to establish this. Bye, suckers. That's what you get. And we are connected too, which is great. I didn't think we were, but we're connected through Liliboria, which is going to be great for us. Open that text screen. We got our quadriremes, which we could upgrade to. Now we have to figure out probably a little more of a military mindset. So we are going to go with fortifications, because that's going to get us our home guard in case they do try and attack. We're going to go with philosophy next, simply because it gets me another city cap if I want to start working on that. It allows me to start researching doing that form. We can attach, actually, let's get siege tactics, and then we'll move to imperial power, because that will allow us a customs farm. You can see there it costs quite a bit, 8 horses and 5 iron, but I still think it'll be really good. That sets us up for a good long while though. What we have to be weary of is what these guys are going to do. Now mind you, these are scouts, and this is an envoy. I have an agaush, however you want to say that, and that's going to be much more advantageous for me. So I'm not really going to be worrying about it. Agrarian
Greetings,
star.
Nubians. Now there's some good fortune. A neighbor who may be more interested in commerce than conflict. Look at
We'll
what
have
a
to see
competing
about
empire
that.
has accomplished. A gasp of wonder, a cry of astonishment, and perhaps a pang of jealousy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we can see that we are actually in a really good advantageous state because we don't have conflict on our entire continent, which means that if we were to go with the Phoenicians, I'm actually willing to kind of side with them as long as they aren't too pushy. This is the area that I maybe want to look into conquering. If I can just establish a foothold here, I think that would be probably one of the better moves to kind of just establish what we're doing, or maybe even down here and get our fleet going, although that will require quite a large amount of influence for us to be able to extend that far.
From my people and from myself, heartfelt greetings. Let us see.
Yeah, we'll sign humanitarian. They're benevolent and
Only for
pacifist.
expediency's sake, this time.
They have salt. I don't need to worry about salt.
Greetings, Sovereign. I ask only that you always be courageous and sincere.
We're going to refuse the Nubians.
There's no way to make this work. I do not accept.
Yep, that's okay.
Are you
What do you guys
wine,
want?
or are you vinegar?
I don't need any of that, so go away.
Greetings. Tell me, how have you been?
Yes, I cannot
That's
dispute
fine.
the benefit in that.
He's introvert and wary, so I can't imagine that he will do anything too stupid. Can't guarantee it, but you just never ever know. I'm not going to work on doing any of that stuff. I like my money. Let me keep my own money, dadgummit. All right, lots of things going on here. We've gotten several more stars. We're actually up into 3rd. We're way ahead of the game, so I'm going to remain here kind of as long as possible. We're cruising through science stars. We're cruising through our expansionists. We're working on our builders and our agrarians across the board. What we haven't gotten to is our military because, to be quite honest, no one's really tried to fight us. Everyone wants to be diplomatic, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting an itchy trigger finger. That's not to say that I am going to start just randomly declaring war, because to be quite honest, that's not a super smart move. I need to be closer to people, and I'm kind of wondering if I don't really focus on expanding this way over this. Over in Byblos, the Axumites, we actually have some decently good agreements going on. We got humanitarian aid. We could totally do a diplomatic, cultural. Let's see if they'll sign a cultural entente.
Should be in all our best interests.
No worries. It's not going to hurt me. You're not going to hurt my feelings, believe me. But we need to figure out what we're going to do, who we're going to end up declaring war on, and how that's all going to be approached appropriately, because it really needs to get figured out. We need to figure out how to expand right. Now, aloneism has enough followers, which is ironic. I do find aloneism to be just an awesome thing overall. We have lots of things that we can do here, though. We can reject luxury, which gives us 5 money on a luxury deposit and money on religious districts. Be virtuous, get stability on the river and religious stuff, mountains and religion. Seek wisdom's already been taken, which really sucks. But again, we're not too awfully hurt by that, I should say. Now, the coastal water and lakes is something that we really should consider. Is that per, and is that in the region of just what gets used? Because if that's the case, that's a huge boon to us, 100%. It's unfortunate also that we don't have a water-based thing. Let's go with Shintoism just because it looks cool. Respect the sea's boundaries gives us food on coastal water, food on lake, and food on religious district, which means if we were to take advantage of those areas, that's going to give us a good deal. Now, we could do other things like give experience, unit upkeep goes down as well. We don't have a lot of mountains, I feel, that we are taking advantage of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, maybe I'm incorrect here. I still don't know that it's going to be entirely worth it, so that wouldn't be ideal. Forest and woodlands, we do have a good deal of them, but again, is it within the regions that we're really working on? It's not. I really do feel like respect the sea's boundaries is going to be one of our biggest ones. That being said, all of these are luxury resources. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 luxury resources at the moment. If we went with reject luxury, we get 5 money on a luxury resource deposit. That's a big one. I'm going to be greedy and go for the money. And apparently we weren't able to select that religion because I wasn't able to do that there. That's fine. We'll just be boring old people.
You're a sight for sore eyes, my friend.
Marians are in total awe of me. Well, I appreciate that because, I mean, I have a completely dominating space, so you probably should respect me and be in complete awe. We're going to try and gear up for war, but again, it's going to be a longer process. I need to find some units, which I may just have to buy here. That's a good deal of money, but that's okay. And we're going to start expanding that way. I need to be able to reach across and establish my foothold here, because there's yet another set of luxury resources that we could take advantage of. And I am all about that. Lots and lots of resources being gained. A schism in the heart, religious tolerance. Now, we could be open-minded, which gives us 3 influence on territories if they are following your state religion, or gives 5 faith on territories. And adds that new grievance against empires with a different state religion. Now, that's pretty interesting. But our influence is, this is kind of a catch-22 because you need faith in order to expand into the territories. But influence, if we are to expand enough,
until they start worshipping.
we need to be able to connect. And in fact, that's kind of what we're doing, I think, here. We need to start pushing just a little bit more. And in fact, let's just go ahead and do that, because then we can start expanding into these empires. And once we start connecting, the dots will come and we should be able to have an awesome force of zealous followers that'll be able to do all of our very whim and really influence how much we are being influential ourselves. The Axumites are needy. We're not going to do that
I find your proposition outlandish at best.
because I do have scientific superiority. That's just, I think, a dead given at this point. I went to my resource screen and we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 technologies left. We're making 144 science per turn. We are definitely cruising and bruising through this, and we will be the most technologically advanced people. So a scientific agreement doesn't benefit me over anyone else, so I'm gonna be a little bit greedy and just not go through with it. Now, the other thing here is we are gonna start a new city, because I'm able to go and do these guys. Now, this is gonna be a smaller one. This may just be a good resource or a wonder producing city, because I can't nab this territory, which means there's nothing here to nab as far as I'm aware, which means it would be a 3 resource only place. Now, what we could do is we could certainly expand. We could expand and do all the things. Maybe I do that instead. Who has the most industry here? Inkwell. But they have less food. Let's go ahead and rock this attachment. There we go. So we could go into the next era. We're not going to. We got that expansionist star. And now we have 16 out of 24. We're doing really good. Enjoying the heck out of this. We need to work on our wood lumber yard because that's going to be very, very crucial. Let's go ahead and slap into some money. 20 food for our flood irrigation. Absolutely. And then we should get a good amount for fisheries. We're going to kind of turn this into a good producing city before we go anywhere else. We're making barely enough food, so that's fine with me at this point.
What noble deeds shall we perform next, my honored ally?
No, I am so weary of
My
everyone.
door is always open to talk.
No. I'm so just gun shy. We're gonna pause there. Just go ahead and explore all of this so it is 100% explored. We're gonna do the same here. This is actually, yeah, I think this will be a good launching point for us. And then, what are we doing over here? Oh yeah, we're doing just a little bit of explorationizing.
It is pleasing to see you, friend.
So now we have the Huns as neighbors. Raiders on horseback. It's going to be a challenge to put up with them.
Yeah, I love it. All right, so we have the Huns.
Mr. Sovereign.
And they are not number one. They're actually 7th. So we're definitely not going to rock a correspondence there.
But no deal is better than a bad deal.
This is very true. And then we have this kind of black border people. We haven't met them yet. We should very, very soon, but it's just not happened. And we are kind of at our limit in what we can choose to expand into. So I'm going to start headed home. Or at least start seeing how far we can expand. Because, ooh, let's just get right there. And we're going to chill here for a good long while. And we've now discovered the Carolans.
Greetings. I'm a good neighbor and a loyal friend. As long as you don't cross me.
Extroverted and hateful. How do we align is the real question. You know what? No, we're going to immediately...
But no deal is better than a bad deal.
If we're going to go to war with someone, it's going to be the Carolans. And I feel like they're some of the people we could probably take the most advantage of, so that makes sense.
The top 3 empires. An excellent achievement. How's the view from up there?
It's actually quite fantastic, if I have to say so myself. We're going to take advantage of that section. And really, we're island hopping throughout this whole thing. Unfortunately, we have swamp fever. During the construction of Urim, your workers dug into an area of boggy, dank ground. Since then, strange and terrible disease has afflicted a number of them. Whew. We could honor them, which pushes us towards tradition. I think we're going to study it. We have more than enough. It's probably going to give us a good science boost. And then we'll be actually really good from there. We're doing nothing but expanding and exploring. There's not much else to do at the moment. Not to say that in a negative way, just the reality of the situation. And it's going to get interesting. Who's in first? It's a civilization we've never met. The Axumites are actually ahead of us. So I really don't mind kind of sharing ground with them and working on different treaties.
We would all
Cool. That works for us. All right, our Colossus has been made after a handful of turns, which does give us a glorious sight, I have to admit. We're gonna take a little look at that. Well done. Well placed next to our Kothon. Kothon, I'm sure someone will correct me if I am doing something incorrect there. We are spending every turn. Everyone wants to be like us. And, well, it's getting a bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie. If anything, I'm a little bit frustrated just because I have to deal with a whole bunch of requests every single turn. We're gonna man our guys there. We are slowly creeping across.
And gained the vision of the great lighthouse of Alexandria. Maybe they'll let you visit.
Maybe. I don't approve of that, but it is what it is.
The way you have acted leaves only one move.
Oh boy.
Please. Do not imagine I would agree.
Yeah, we're not going to give you that.
I find your proposition outlandish.
Okay. Yes.
My patience.
We have war. Brilliant. Now, the kicker here for them anyways is that their war score is going to start ticking down. Mine only goes up. So we are at war with the Axumites. This is where we can start kicking things into gear. And this is where I'm incredibly excited because, well, it may be time to start leveling up already. Do we have anything pressing here? We need one more expansionist star that we could totally nab. Builders, we could probably get to that if we really, really wanted to. That would level us up quite a bit, I will admit. Yeah, let's go ahead and incorporate them. Awesome. And then we can totally buy out a few things. Am I correct in that? No, we can't buy out anything. This is a little too expensive, which is fine. That's not an issue. I don't have any problems with it. We still want to get our Cawthon created, which is going to be helpful on that front. We can go ahead. We need a few more builders, but I don't know that that's going to be super beneficial for us. We don't have enough of these resources. How much do we have? We're close, but it's just not enough. However, what would happen if we were to level up? Now, this gets us quite a bit ahead in a lot of ways. Bulgarians, they've got some really cool things going on. The Rapa Nui are, ooh, a +1 industry on coastal water. Applies makes I for newly created city. I don't know what that is. Looks like we have the Maori Tangata. Trained to carve tough rock. They're more than ready to wield their picks in battle. Gain bonus combat strength when attacking an enemy unit behind city walls. Ooh, that's nice. And I assume that these are just level ups. They are. Oh, wow. And it counts as a religious district. That would be really cool. Let's see what else everyone else has. We have the Ntepi, which is a naval transport unit. Yeah, I don't know about that, but allows construction of new districts on adjacent tiles. 3 money per number of unique types of resources available. We have the Taino, which is also part of the cultures of Latin America. 5 food per number of territories in your sphere of influence on all cities. Woo! And the hunters aren't too shabby either. And then they get a Bati, which is 10 stability and then 10 influence on a settled city. That's intense. The Aztecs are always going to be a good one. The Byzantines, 5 money per alliance. That doesn't matter for us. We don't have a ton of horses here, so that wouldn't really make a lot of sense for us. The Franks are probably what we would most align with. They give us an instant 10% influence boost. The Frankie Milites does require quite a lot of horses and iron, so we wouldn't be able to get the emblematic unit without a big production boost, or without production cost rather. But the Scriptorium does a lot for us. The Ghanaians, if we want to go money route, they are going to be good for us because we have a lot of accesses to luxury resources and access to a decent number of strategic resources. The Maharists are also really good. The only thing that sucks is we wouldn't be able to siege with them, but that's okay. And then the luxuries market gets money per number of trade routes, money per adjacent market quarter, which we don't have a lot of. Next up are the Tetons. We do have quite a few religion followers. Woo! I didn't want to do that. And that gives us a decent bit there. We have what, 18? We have 30, what is that, 33? So if we were to go with the Tetons, that would be 33 money and 33 science, and that would only expand as we expanded. That's pretty darn huge. Don't have a lot of makers quarters, so I don't find advantage there. 7 food per number of attached territories is pretty darn big. That's a lot. That gives us a pretty good boost. We got the Mississippians. Industry on industry producing districts on the river. Money producing or food producing. I just don't know. The Mongols aren't really my dig. We don't have alliances, so those wouldn't be good. If we wanted to do anything, it would probably be the Norsemen if we wanted to work on naval combat. And that works for naval transports as well. That's pretty huge. So this makes them, oh, and then 5 per adjacent coastal water. 50 money from ransacking on empire. We may have to go, I think the Norsemen is how we're going to rock this. Oh, we look great too. Yeah, let's definitely confirm that. And then what we're going to do here is we are going to work on making those units. Up those guys there. Hope that we can get things done a little bit quicker. 4250 isn't too bad. We're only 1 or 10 points behind our now.
Whether trading or raiding, the Norsemen deserve credit for both naval innovation.
Excuse me. We're only 10 behind our enemies now, which isn't bad at all. Not going to complain there. And then we need to get these guys over here. Oh, look at that. We're able to cross so much land so quickly. That's great. That's super awesome.
It gladdens my heart to see you this day.
Marians, they're at 2100. They're not really strong people.
We welcome this opportunity for dialogue.
The Nubians probably would be our next group. We'll work on humanitarian aid just because that helps there. Marians, sorry, I can't be getting too comfortable with all of you guys. All right, this is where we can get some really cool things. So this is part of the new update. We can poach resources. We can target a trade relay to divert some of the resources. That'll depend on the poaching capabilities. So now we're poaching another aspect of dyes if I wanted to. Now I don't really want to do that. We're going to instead work on 7 turns to be able to destroy that haven. And then we're also going to try and get our other units to come in and go help. But in the meantime, we're going to move our full army. You just have scout riders. I'm going to go ahead and go there. We have a full army here. I don't have any left. That's okay. Land and freedom, I'm not too concerned about. Cool. We can claim a new wonder. We're not going to. Simply because it's not super worthwhile for us to do so. What we do need to work on is maybe a few. Let's go ahead. 11 food, 20 food. Yeah, we'll get those guys. And then we're going to start rocking all of our good areas there. Still working on balancing our stability, but I think everything will be fine. We're going to go ahead and move those dudes as well because, well, they're still contributing. And we're going to station right there for now. Has nothing else left to do. Let's give them some money. They're doing fine food-wise. I don't really want to waste it on them. Let's go fishmonger. And then we'll do some lumber mills. There we go, guys. Chop, chop. Cheerio. I'm super excited about this war. I'm not gonna lie. Their war score goes down steadily. So the thing is I have to be mindful of where exactly I push things because I would love to be able to nab a city on that continent. And also, this is pretty much where we're going to establish our first city. To be able to push things how we want to push them. All right, we're ready to establish our next city in Halfby. However you want to say that, we've established the city, and the best part is we've already got access to our copper mine. We got access to our pearls, which gives money per traders, which is really, really effective. And we've also already established our Naust. So those are all great positive aspects. We can turn things right around and really start pushing it. We can start incorporating more people, more territories, we are going to incorporate these 4 as I move my troops along. That's what's going to happen.
Friend.
Seriously, I don't really care.
Nice to hear.
That's exactly it. And we're going to have our first battle of the entire game.
Absolutely dying to see how your fighters handle themselves.
Goodness gracious, it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if they're running away. There they are. Brilliant. Oh, that's going to actually hurt us quite a bit. Now, I thought that these became the Naus when we were able to upgrade. 2 Pentaconters are actually going to be really, really bad for us. Yep. So, one of the new features as well is we can fall back. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to fall back, probably lose another unit. I just swear that it said that we would be we'd be using those special units. Oh, it's the second turn in total. I see. Well, now we have the ability to fire back. Yeah, that's going to wreck us quite a bit. That's very, very unfortunate. Yeah, they're definitely going to win that. All right, well, that's my bad. Go figure, the first battle I screw up pretty nasty, which does very much go to figure. And what do we have in here? We have Scoduli, and we have some chariots. Ooh, I'm not going to lie, we are grossly inefficient here. Is there another area that we could be... are there stronger units that we have? Those would have been our war elephants. Interesting. Okay, well that really sucks. We are grossly underprepared for this. Oh, no, sir. I'm sorry, but no. Maybe you'll go away, but no. Just no. You need to leave now, please. Thank you. I'm gonna get on there and I'm gonna work on that. All right, here we go. We're definitely gonna lay siege to that. And I'm definitely gonna fight them. Okay, that's fine. How far away do they go, though, is the question. No, we're not gonna do that yet. All right, I can still fight them. And this time, I have the advantage. Or at least I flagging better. There we go. There we go. Triggered a grievance, but I did want to make sure that we weren't going to be interfered with here. Those 2 people alone aren't going to do well. So we need to be able to push through and make sure that we are successful. All right, War Summons is where we kind of get to change the game, because we now get our pikemen, we now get our crossbowmen, we get prowlers, which are undercover in order to not be noticed behind enemy lines, and we also get spies, which can infiltrate and do lots of good things. We got our science star. Maybe we'll upgrade all of these people. There we go. You not quite yet. 600 to get you up to par. We'll do that right there. This is what changes the game and what makes things much more intense, because while these guys certainly have some good unit strengths overall, these guys are just going to dominate. We're at the next level.
I trust you are well.
Yeah, I don't want to do any scientific things at all with you people. The Penance Seekers. While there are doubtless those among your people who privately wondered if our current strife in Lily Borea could be the work of some divine hand, a few now loudly declare the gods are indeed punishing us. Oh no, we're not doing this bull. However, if we went towards endorse, no, I can't. No one should be following a foreign religion, am I right? No, we're pushing ourselves pretty hard into this space. We're not following any foreign religions. We could condemn, yeah, which gives us a reduction in land and naval for a good time. That makes war elephants a little more useful, but at the same time, man, I wish we had some better things than quadriremes. We need to take advantage of this. I mean, we just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. And then if we were to go over here, they're kind of getting to their cap. There we go. And then we're just going to drop everyone in front to take advantage of those 10 turns. There we are. Nice. So this is where it gets a little more intense. Because, yeah, that's right, you better run. Ooh, he did not run far enough. Yes, that is a battle that we will definitely take. Thank you very much. Interesting. Can I not get onto land? I should totally be able to come in here and work my magic. I should be able to shoot from land. That should be something doable. Can I only move one? That's fine. Just let me move it, dadgummit. I guess everyone else is just stuck. That's a little goofy. Come at me, lads. Well, now I didn't get to return fire earlier, which I think is a little bit of a BS situation. Okay, so I have to hit them. We can move up. Not too sure about this naval situation. Alright, so we did lose a unit of crossbowmen. I think we should win after this one right here. Roger Dodger. Okay, well that's not fun. 490 to heal everyone up. I think we're just gonna chill. Did I destroy it? Heck yes, I did. And now even if they do come at me, it's just an envoy, and it's not going to do anything negative to me. All right, well, the war is going significantly better than imagined because they did retreat and they got attacked. There we go.
With 15 farmers' quarters, you'll soon be needing another 15 quarters just for food storage.
And now we're ready to properly invade this place. We're pretty much going to end this.
Tell me what you wish to do.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. Do we attack them? I think that's the big question on my brain. Let's go ahead and do it. I am like unbelievably weary of people coming to my border and taking my stuff and doing all the things, so apologies, but not apologies, because I need to make sure that I am established here. so I can start keeping an eye on this expansion over yonder. Can I land? Not until next turn. Let's just chill here.
Got it. Blades in the water.
I can support from the outside. Let's do it. We're gonna manual battle it up. Now the only thing that really sucks here is that, why can't I get in here? Oh, we just have to end deployment. I see. Can I make it instead? No, I guess I can't. However, boom, we're inside. Let's go here. Yeah, those citizens just can't stand up to me very well. Now, admittedly, they do pack a punch. So there is that. That's fine. Come on in. Wreck yourselves on me. Is that it? That is all that you can muster. I'm curious. Unfortunately, I can't punch in. Yeah, there's no way I can do that. That's okay, though. They really are trying their hardest. But they didn't truly stand a chance.
Another continent discovered. Unthinkable. It's time to update those old maps that say, beyond lie, monsters.
Look at Byblos. It's so big. There's so much going on inside of this city. Yeah, we're definitely going to keep it.
You make my skin.
I understand. I understand you're pretty daggum ticked, and I'd be ticked too. But also there's this element of like, get good. We're gonna instantly resolve that. That's a pretty obvious one. And now we are able to attach that. Brilliant. Now this is a little unfortunate. We're expanding rather quickly, and I do understand what that means. And so we are going to kind of slow down just a little bit in this specific city of HForHavoc. And we will be able to push on a little more in the future. Now, what we need to do is we need to wait just a couple more turns. We could totally enter the new era. We're not going to, because I'm actually already in the third era, and I don't want to work on getting in there too quickly. So now what we do have is we have heavy infantry. What do we want after that is our big thing, our next big push. We go towards feudalism, our seafaring master, that's what it is. I needed to get that in order for those work. And I'm sure someone's already told me that in the comments by the time this goes live, but that's also okay. We're going to continue pushing just because we can, and because they're going to be done in 2 turns anyways.
It gladdens my heart to see you this day.
The Moorians, I'm okay with. Arms deal, I get their Samhan. Why, sure, why not? And then if I can infuse my culture onto them, which looks like I have a chance to actually, we may be pretty good on pushing those cultural territorial things that we have been worried about from the get-go in terms of how we were going to expand overall. I'm just going to plant my soldiers here. There's really no use for them at the moment. The only thing I want to do here is to explore deeper. There we go. So the ongoing war can be ended.
You make my skin crawl.
We're going to force surrender. I have 136 war score, which is really, really awesome. What is more developed over here? It looks like we have a decent number of makers' quarters. Over here, though, we have a ton of money from the Great Obelisk. So I definitely want Byblos and I want Ashrusk, which leaves me with 11. That's not going to do anything. I can't do anything like that. I certainly can't even push them to become my vassals. So instead, they're going to give me 165 gold. They're going to give me these 2 cities. So I can influence them. Oh, they're in decline. Okay, well, that gives us some room for expansion, which is awesome. Now, we got a few things before we wrap up. We can finally pick our religion again. We're going to go with Shintoism, and we can go with our tier 2. Now, I'll tag on it. Taoism and our tier 2. We can get 5 science on a research center, religious district, market quarter, stability on a garrison, food on a harbor, 10 support on grievance trigger, or 2 influence on a religious district, and we can get reduction costs. Ooh, that's not super duper helpful, I'll be completely honest. We don't have a ton of any of those. The stability might be good. We do have a decent number of harbors, but I don't know that that's going to be the influencing thing that we're going to work on. We can definitely... Let's do yield to none. 10 war support on grievance trigger on relations. There we go. That sounds good. Now, Alonism is the only religion that is at the tier 2 level. And if you see this, we're already pushing into the tier 3. We're halfway to that tier 3 movement. So we can definitely punch another cloud shrine right into here and force that conduit into the other continents, making for some really awesome scenarios. Now, we do have some adventurizing that we can do. We're just going to maintain that siege at the moment. And Byblos needs something to do. So again, we're gonna push... Oh, no, that's never mind. That's a cloud shrine from the other people. Sorry, that's my bad. But we can totally increase stability if we wanted to, or I think we can just go down here to the City Watch and influence on the main plaza. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are rocking and rolling through this. I don't say that I think Nation's a little too easy for us at this point, but overall, I'm still having a blast. We're cruising through this. I do enjoy the shorter series that we're rocking, and I think it'll work very, very well. That'll be the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed it, do all the things you know to do to support the channel. This is Havoc. I'll see you in the next one.